Today we're headed to the green pastures of the Vancouver airport. Yeah! Was speed bumps really take it out of you? Try it again here. Today we're traveling to the good little fella inside the airport here, just doing what he does, the way he likes to do it. Looks like I pretty much got the plane to myself here today. So I can take any seat I want. This looks like a good one. As we take off from the so-called tarmac here, I can tell you that we're flying 1 hour east to beautiful Calgary, Alberta, or Cowtown as the kids call it. We're going to explore the hometown of a dude by name of Bret Hart. Born in 1957, Bret has accomplished many things in his life, but he's best known as a retired professional wrestler. With his technical expertise, he's been credited with changing the perception of and legitimizing mainstream North American professional wrestling. He's won 32 championships over 5 decades. He's highly regarded by his peers and is a hero to Calgarians, where folks call him by his nickname, the Hitman. They say he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best that ever will be. Alright, we're landing in Calgary now. Growing up here, the Hitman's story includes some very important locations. We're going to explore them today. I've been forewarned about some maniacs driving buggies around the Calgary airport here, so watch out. Looks like it's safe to continue. Look out!
Attention, ne pas traverser.
Maniac! Calgary is perhaps best known for its annual Stampede Festival, a Western-themed jubilee that takes place here every summer. Here in the Stampede grounds, there's lots of reminders that it's a cowboy town. Here's a statue of some lovely horses going through the river. Calgarians love their hockey here too. Over on the left is the Saddle Dome, home to the NHL Flames. And just across the street is home to another Calgary passion, wrestling. Bret's daddy, Stu, started Stampede Wrestling in Calgary in 1948. Matches were held in the Victoria Pavilion, the Ogden Auditorium, and eventually here at the Stampede Corral. Stampede Wrestling's Hall of Fame includes some big-time wrestlers like Dynamite Kid, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Gorgeous George, and Andre the Giant. The action was so wild that Stampede Wrestling even had a riot during a match in 1983, causing the promotion to be banned from Calgary for 6 months. Stampede Wrestling served as the premier choice for entertainment across the prairies for over 50 years. It had a weekly TV show hosted by local legend Ed Whalen and syndicated around the world. Of course, the biggest name to come out of Stampede Wrestling was Stu's son, Bret, the Hitman. When he was 4 years old, the young Hitman pulled lucky numbers out of a metal box during intermission. A few years later, he was promoted to selling programs. As a young man, he became a referee and eventually the marquee wrestler. The Hitman, along with his 11 siblings, was raised here at a beautiful old mansion in Patterson Heights, now called the Hart House. The Hitman calls it a cross between the Munsters and the Addams family because it was a very spooky house. Sometimes kids would hike up from school just to look at it. But it was a very happy house for the young Hitman, with lots of children's, dogs, cows, chickens, goats, cars, and everything you could shake a stick at, he says. One famous story has Terrible Ted, the wrestling bear, staying under the back porch when he was in town. The young Hitman figured out a way to clean his feet. He dripped his fudgicle all over his feet and then dropped them down so that Ted could lick them clean. The Hitman's dad, Stu, used the basement as a training hall and school for Stampede Wrestling. The Dungeon, as it came to be known, produced some of the greatest wrestlers of all time, including Davey Boy Smith, Ricky Fuji, Chris Jericho, Lance Storm, and Chris Benoit. And of course, this is where the Hitman learned his trade too. He says the training matches were as intense as all get out. There were holes in the walls and ceiling from bodies being driven into them. In 1998, the WWE filmed a match between Owen Hart and Ken Shamrock in the dungeon. The dungeon had a reputation for being one of the harshest wrestling schools in the world. Graduating from it was considered a tremendous accomplishment. The Hart House holds significant historical value for the wrestling industry and is considered to be as important as Madison Square Garden. The mansion was home to the Hart family from 1951 until Stu's death in 2003. It's been fully renovated and is now a heritage site owned by the city of Calgary. It's available to be rented for special events, I understand. And for the Hitman, well, it was home while he attended school. After Wildwood Elementary and Vincent Massey Junior High, the young Hitman, or Hit Boy, went to Ernest Manning High School. That school was demolished in 2011 and replaced with this new version. He started wrestling at 9 years old, so by the time he got to Ernest Manning, he was a dominant athlete. He won several championships. And in his spare time, he developed an interest in filmmaking and decided to enroll at Mount Royal College. Once the Hitman got here to Mount Royal, he found that the film classes were full, so he enrolled in political science and American history. He signed up for the wrestling team and won the Alberta College Championship in 1977. But the family business, Stampede Wrestling, became his priority. He left Mount Royal after one semester, and the rest is history. At the spring 2018 convocation ceremonies, the Hitman returned to Mount Royal. The educators here bestowed upon the Hitman an honorary Bachelor of Health and Physical Education and Physical Literacy degree. They dubbed him an outstanding international individual who has used his position and recognition for the betterment of society. When he accepted the award, the Hitman said, "You've got to struggle sometimes in life. If you're a good person and do good things will happen for you." Sadly, the Mount Royal Cougars no longer have a wrestling team, but the nice fella here said that the Hitman, he would have practiced in this gym here, right where these nice lads are playing a little basketball, or b-ball, as the kids say. All right, we're wrapping things up here at the Calgary Airport and heading home. But first I'll tell you that since his retirement in 2000, the Hitman has become a philanthropist. He's a lead fundraiser and ambassador for many nonprofit organizations. But he will always be widely regarded as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. All of his peers have called him the best. Like Mean Gene Okerlund, who called him the greatest ever, and The Undertaker himself said that the Hitman was his toughest opponent. In 2006, Stone Cold Steve Austin inducted the Hitman into the WWE Hall of Fame. Maniac! And that's gonna do it. Hope you enjoyed this little taste of old Calgary, as she once was. As we ascend from the so-called tarmac, I'd like to say special thanks to my sister Seuss and my niece Jordan for their help today. And thanks to Bev Sugarman for makeup and Jewel Hailmere for wardrobe. On behalf of Rick and myself, thanks for watching. And until next time, that's a good bee.
Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to wear your seatbelt at all times. Smoking is prohibited on board, including the use of e-cigarettes. On tonight's flight, we'll be offering a beverage service. Beer, wine, and spirits can be purchased using your credit card.